back. So till now we have learned how to play the basic sa re ga ma pa dha ni in the lower octave, middle octave and the higher octave. But we could only play a couple of notes in the lower and the higher octave. In the middle range we could play all the notes. So now being introduced to the different possible notes on the flute, we'll try to make ourselves more comfortable playing the flute. There are lots and lots of basic patterns which are commonly referred to as alankars, which when practiced will help you out to play the flute more fluently, and which will help you to make the flute a very easy instrument when compared to other instruments. You can cut that. That was not a good line. Okay, we'll see a couple of alankars which will help you out to play the flute with more ease. We'll start with basic 3/3 note alankars. So in this we'll be playing a couple of notes in a fixed pattern wherein you can get to know the different ways of playing a particular note. In a couple of alankars you'll be jumping a couple of notes, in a couple of alankars you'll be going straight. So we'll start with 3-note combination alankar of 1-2-3 combination. So initially we'll start with sa, then we'll proceed to the higher sa. If you are wondering what I played, it was the simplest of all alankars, 1-2-3 combination. So we start with sa, re, ga, ma. We proceed till the higher sa, and then we come back sa, ni, dha, pa, and come to the lower sa and end. So when we play something, we should always imagine a singer singing it, how a singer might sing. There are 100 different ways of playing the same alankar. One step wherein you stress on every note and play, another step wherein you don't stress on any note and play, or you can just play it in one single go. So whenever we play anything on the flute, we should always try to replicate a singer singing it. So we should always sing with the help of the flute. This is what my Guruji used to always tell. So I would like to keep it to the same thing. Initially when we imagine a singer singing it, it will be like sa re ga ma pa dha ni sa ni dha pa ma ga re sa. Here I just sang the Shuddha Madhyam, but instead we'll be playing the Tivra Madhyam on the flute. So when we see a singer singing any phrase, he stresses on a couple of points, and he will not stress on a couple of points which will be straight single go. So in this particular combination, he is stressing on the first note, sa re ga ma. So we should try to implicate the same thing on the flute. I'll just give you an example. what we are doing is we are stressing on the first note and just opening the next two holes. So we are stressing on sa, we are opening re and ga. Then the next combination, stress on re, then just open ga and ma. Then stress on ga, open ma and pa. So in this way we have to practice so that the instrument is close to a vocalist. Any instrument for that matter, it should be played as close to a vocalist singing as possible so that the beauty of the instrument is enhanced. The basics of the Indian classical music states that any instrument being played should be played as closely related to a vocalist singing something. So it is well accepted fact that flute is one of the instruments which is very close to the vocal cord. So we can produce closest kind of playing possible as close as a singer singing something. So we try to implement the same things when we play the flute from the beginning. So when we practice the 1, 2, 3 alankars, we can try it in different speeds to get a better grip of the flute basically. So initially you try it with a slower speed as I showed you, then you can increase the speed a little bit and keep playing. Then you can increase it a little bit more. Go on and on and on, how much ever fast possible, that better grip you can have on the instrument. But you should see to it that the notes are clear and they are intact with the tempo in which we are proceeding, or in the pace which we are proceeding. The next possible combination would be 1, 3, 2. I repeat, it's 1, 3, 2 combination. In 1, 3, 2 combination, we play sa, ga, re, ma, ga, ma, dha, pa, ni, dha, sa, ni. And the reverse of that would be sa, dha, ni, pa, dha, ma, pa, ga, ma, re, ga, sa, re. So first I would suggest that you just write 1, 2, 3 combination on a sheet of paper. Write all the notes without looking into the video, and we have given a description below in which you can see the notes also. Write it on yourself and correct it if you have gone wrong somewhere. Just tally it. Continue the same thing for 1, 3, 2 combination as well. Once you get to know how to write it, your mind will work in the same terms so that you can play it with ease. You don't have to think so many times. 1 or 2 times you look into the combination which you have written, practice it a few times. After that, play it without looking into the combination which you have written. Now we'll see 1, 3, 2 combination. I'll just play from lower sa till higher sa in 1, 3, 2 proceeding. That is sa, ga, re, ma, ga. Again. So we have seen 2 combinations, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 3, 2. Let me just tell you the mistakes, prominent mistakes made by students when we play these kind of combinations. The first mistake would be they'll be dragging the third note of the combination. Suppose when we are playing 1, 2, 3, sa, re, ga, they'll be playing it as sa, re, ma, pa. You should not play like that. It should be sa, re, ga, ma, pa. It should be intact. You should not drag the third note. If you are giving a positioning of 1/3 of a second for a note, the 1/3 of a second should be followed to all the 3 notes. That was a random example, but yes, whatever timing you are giving for a particular note should be carried on to all the notes. You should not drag a note or you should not condense a note. It should be like this. But the mistake what is done is this is wrong. The same thing happens with 1, 3, 2 combination as well. This is wrong. It should be played like this. Another mistake what happens with 1, 3, 2 combination especially is when you are lifting the fingers, when you are going from sa to ga, you should lift both the fingers together. It shouldn't be like sa, re, ga. It should be sa, ga, re. It should be heard like this. It shouldn't be heard like sa, re, ga, re. It should not be heard. It should be sa, ga, re, ma, ga. Same thing applicates to all the other notes. This is the right way of playing. You should not play the in-between notes. The in-between notes should not be heard. So, practicing it more and more number of times, you will be able to play it in a better way. And of course, even in this, you can increase the pace of playing, increase the speed of playing. Once again, the note should be crystal clear and it should be crisp.